Good morning, friends. Welcome back. It is Monday morning. Just about 10:30 and I am just watching The Rookie on Hulu, catching up on some of my shows before I jump into school for the day with the kids. I think I'm going to go make some peanut butter toast. I'm feeling a bit hungry this morning, and I think I'm going to make another one of the Javi protein coffees to go along with it. So that way I can get my day started on the right foot.
Just in time for President's Day, First Lady Melania Trump has reopened the White House to visitors after it was closed during the election transition.
The kids are up and moving around and getting ready for school, so they asked for some breakfast. Jackson requested 4 waffles with butter and syrup. Alice requested a bagel with strawberry cream cheese and some chocolate milk. So I've got that for them. They'll eat this while we watch World Watch and then get jumping into the rest of our school day. Kiddos are eating, and I am going to read today's devotion out of this new Morning Mercies for Teens by Paul David Tripp. Just got it on Amazon last week and we haven't started it yet. So this will be added to our this will be added to our morning time each day. Next up is history. We're working through U.S. History 2 by Gather Around Homeschool, and we're starting Lesson 8, the Declaration of Independence.
He said you can stay home from school. You won't learn hay baling any younger. Early next morning, Mr. Weed, the hay baler, came with his press, and Almanzo helped to set it up on the big barn floor. It was a stout wooden box, as long and wide as a bale.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We want to give you the full story of the Declaration of Independence so you can see why it is so special. Declaration of Independence. We have to know what was going on at that time.
So the kids and I are done with all of our together work. They just have to do their math lessons independently, and then they'll be done with the school day. We learned about the Declaration of Independence today and watched a few videos on that, as you saw. And now they're just going to knock their math out, and then they need to go downstairs to the basement and clean up some of the water that's down there. It's mostly drying, but there's still some puddling, and the dehumidifier works better when we get some of the puddles up, and it works on drying the rest of the floor. So that's also on their agenda before their daddy gets home from work today. The kids are done with their math, and I've been sitting here working on a packing list. I am actually going out of town overnight for one night this upcoming weekend to an Airbnb somewhat close to where we live, but just for a girls' night away. It initially started out as a reading retreat where I had seen something on, I don't remember where, some social media, where friends got together for a reading weekend and they just brought books and spent time reading and sharing good food and conversation. And I was like, that looks really cool. So I mentioned it to my friend Kaylin, and then it kind of spun from there, and she got a Airbnb booked for us, and there's 5 of us going. So we get to have, it's just for one night. I wish it was for the whole weekend, but that's a bit much for some of us. We're all moms and have busy, you know, we're needed at home. But one night away is better than nothing, and I'm looking forward to it. So I've been just working on my packing list just to make sure I don't forget anything. We're going to check in early that day and then share dinner that evening, and then check out the next morning. But we've got all of our food planned out, And I think I'm going to listen to the book Quicksilver by Callie Hart while I'm there. I'm also bringing my iPad in case I decide to download or read anything on my Kindle app. But I'm excited. So let me know if any of you have done a reading retreat before, and if so, how it went for you. Down in the comments. Let me know. So I am almost finished with Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. I'm 86% of the way through and really enjoying it. It's a very sad, based on true events, but very sad and like just hard to believe, I guess. I don't know what else to say other than that. I'm sorry. I don't want to like ruin anything. So if you haven't read it, read the synopsis and see if it's something that you would be interested in. It's about the Tennessee Children's Home and how children were taken at birth or even sometimes kidnapped, basically, like, and then given to other families. Adopted out to other families, but they were not, the children were not, the parents didn't consent to this, I guess. So they were taking babies at birth and then telling the mothers that their children had died at birth, but in reality they had really taken the baby and then adopted it out to like rich families or families that were more affluent. And it kind of follows the story of one family, past and present, and how the story like intermingles in the past and then the present. I don't know if that made any sense to you. I'm horrible at describing books, but it's good. I will probably finish it today. Well, I have 2 hours left. I listen at 2.4 speed, so that's more like, well, probably less than an hour there. So I will probably finish it today. Kind of chuckling to myself, looking back at the last clip that you just saw where I was describing that book, and I'm just laughing because so many of you have commented before that I should do reviews on the books that I read. I attempted that at one point way early on in my channel where I would review like the last 10 books that I read, but I am horrible at book reviews, you guys. I am horrible at describing books. I'm horrible at reviewing them. When I rate a book on Goodreads, I don't leave a review. I just don't. And I feel like I would basically just be reading the book jacket or the synopsis of the book to you to let you know what it's about, because I'm just bad at telling you what a book is about. I don't know. It's always been something I've struggled with. So I'm just laughing because as I edited that clip, I was totally stumbling over myself trying to explain what the book is about. Hopefully it made sense to you. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you as to why I am not a booktuber, despite the fact that I consume a ton of books each year. I would not make a great booktuber by any means or any stretch of the imagination. It's about 3 o'clock, so I'm going to have lunch to hold me over until dinner time when Will gets home from work. This is my current hyperfixation lunch. It is the Carb Counter Zero Net Carb Mini Tortillas with the chicken from Real Good Foods, the lightly breaded chicken strips, and Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce, and a little ranch. I forgot to add the ranch, but I'll do that in a minute. But that's what I'm going to have for lunch today. It is just about 4:30. I'm going to get dinner ready. Will is on his way home from work. So I've got some garlic bread to put in the oven once that preheats. Boiling water for pasta. I'm making goulash tonight. Instead of ground beef, I'm using Jimmy Dean's sausage, just the regular sausage. I'm using some of the Barilla penne pasta and a Rouse tomato basil pasta sauce to go in with the goulash tonight. Dinner is done, just waiting on the bread to come out now. And I mixed up a Caesar salad for us. Jackson is unloading the dishwasher so that after dinner I can clean up dishes and load the dishwasher with dirty stuff. And we're just waiting on Will to get home to have dinner. Alright, so for dinner everyone kind of hodgepodged their meals together. Will had everything, goulash, bread, and salad. Alice had a big salad and some garlic bread. Jackson had garlic bread and goulash, and I had a big Caesar salad. Without the bread, without the pasta, because diabetic. But I was still kind of full from lunch, so that held me over for sure. And then I had a big Caesar salad, and then I will probably have a snack before bed. But that was dinner for tonight. It was really good. Going to get these dishes done. think I am going to make these tomorrow for dessert, since I won't have to make dinner tomorrow before we go to AHG and Trail Life, because tonight's dinner will create leftovers. That'll give me time to make these before we leave for our meeting tomorrow night, if it even continues. It might get canceled. So the meetings might get canceled because we're supposed to get 4 to 6 inches of snow starting tomorrow night. So it depends on when the snow starts as to whether or not we will continue the American Heritage Girl and Trail Life meetings. So that's up in the air right now, but brownies for tomorrow. So I finished the book I was reading, Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. I gave it 4 stars. I do recommend reading it if you enjoy it. It's got a little bit of historical fiction and then a little bit of modern day mixed, kind of like I explained earlier, but overall 4-star rating. I am starting a new book called Good Morning Monster. It doesn't want to focus. No. Which is a hello blurriness. I'm just gonna I don't explain books well. I saw someone comment in a book group that I'm in. They said it's really good. It's a nonfiction about a therapist who presents 5 of what she calls her most heroic and memorable patients. So it's just like a slice of life about 5 of her patients. I've heard it can be a hard read, especially a few of the case studies, but it has a 4.45 star rating on Goodreads, which is pretty high, so I thought I would give it a try. It is a 13-hour audiobook, so it's a bit long for a nonfiction, in my opinion, or for me, not in my opinion, but I'm not huge on nonfiction, and so a 13-hour nonfiction, we'll see how it goes. But I heard good things and figured I would pick it up and try it out. Dessert for me tonight is going to be one of these Atkins Indulge chocolate coconut bars. It's like a Mounds bar, but it only has 2 net carbs, and it's got fiber in it, so it's good for diabetic. Alright friends, I think I'm going to call that a night. I've got laundry in the dryer. I am eating a jalapeno cheddar chicken sausage from Sam's Club to get some more protein in before bed. And Will and I are probably going to watch something before he heads to bed. It's about 8:30, so I figured that's a good place to end the evening. So drop a comment, share some love, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.